we are back again, and I gotta admit, I almost fucking skipped and didn't come in today. But it dawned on me that I was being manipulated. I was being coerced. And the damnedest thing is, it was from myself, from the bitch side of me, from the lazy side, trying to convince me that, oh, it's okay. Stay home, lounge around on the couch, get some extra rest. What's it gonna hurt? And although there might be a little bit of validity to that, bottom line is, I'm not gonna let the bitch side of me win. All right, I'm just not gonna let it happen. And let me be honest, I've been manipulated enough in my life from real life bitches to let another one, let alone a part of me, manipulate myself to stay home. And really, all I had to do was get up, look in the mirror, hear some poses, let the body dysmorphia kick in. Dude, that I'm telling you, that right there is one of the top ways to kick your ass into gear. Maybe, maybe obviously it varies from person to person, but without a pump, you let me get in front of a mirror, hit some poses, just keep looking and looking, and let that body dysmorphia just soak in. Just let it soak and just relish in it. And you tell me that you don't have the urge to go to the gym. If you don't, then there's something wrong with you. You're just not meant to be a gym person, I guess. I don't know. But for me, it works every fucking time. Shoulders and triceps, really two of the easier body parts to train. So why would I stay home? It's not like now if I was extremely tired or sore, which I'm a little sore, maybe I would, but I'm just I don't know. I'm not gonna give into that. So, like I said, here we are again. Shoulders and triceps. I am going to start with something I haven't done in a while, so bear with me. The first set might be rough, but just your basic standing side lateral raises with dumbbells. On this first exercise, you know, I just I just want to sling some weight around. You know, now mind you, I say I want to sling some weight around. I'm still gonna try to obviously be safe, but also control it to a degree. But when I say I want to sling some weight around, it's basically just that. Just picture it, me slinging some weight. The first, 5 reps or whatever, try to be pretty clean. But then I'm more willing to just really, basically, so I can go a little heavier. You know what I mean? And it'll be on these first 3 sets. And then everything after that, as the fatigue starts to set in more and more, I'll lighten the weights up, be a little more strict, a little more under control, more isolated. It's got to be a balance, man. Just like with anything, you can't be one dimensional. So I'm sacrificing the control at a certain point in the set. That way I can lift heavier. And then, like I said, later on, I'll make up for that by going a little lighter. I don't know, man. It's just, I look at it as it needs to be a good balance. If not, you're one dimensional. And in my opinion, that's just, I don't know, it's going to hold you back, you know? Now, with the heavier stuff, I'm not doing a lot like that. Just like a what a powerlifter would do, you know? They would maybe do a 5x5 with something kind of heavy, or you know, a 3x3 or 5x3. You know what I'm saying? But it's usually no more than 5 sets. Then everything they do after that is just still a different approach. They're not going to failure and trying to break down the muscle like crazy, so it'll rebuild and get bigger on the bodybuilding level of things. But everything after that heavy stuff is, pretty moderate, higher rep. Mine is a little more, pushing it closer to failure to build more muscle. But anyways, man, let's do the first set. I got the 60s. Like I said, it might be rough. Might even be too heavy because it's been a couple months, if not longer, since I've done this. I can admit that was maybe even a little more rough than I thought. But oddly enough, I feel it in my shoulders. They're burning already. That kind of goes to show it's really about where your mind is when you're lifting. Even though my form wasn't the best, especially toward the end, I was still every rep thinking of driving it with my shoulders and squeezing my shoulders. I mean, there's something to that, you know. So like even with bad form, you'll get a little more out of it when your mind is in it. I think I heard Arnold say one time, your mind needs to be in the muscle that you're trying to work on that set, and it's true. Anyways, I'll shut up. I'll do 2 more on a drop set. Go from there. Uh, my grip always gets me on this fucking exercise. Oh man. Okay. Nah, this is why you shouldn't let your stubbornness and laziness get in the way. Because these Versa grips definitely helped. Now, did it add to how many reps I could have done? Probably not. I mean, if it did, maybe just 1 or 2, something like that. But the difference is, I didn't have to worry about my grip at all. I could just focus on my shoulders the whole time, as to where when I don't use these, I gotta worry about re-gripping, make sure, because when it starts to really pull my hand apart, you know, I try to get as many reps as I can, and I'll stop and re-grip. Well, before I re-grip, and I'm going up with my hand almost open, I gotta worry about potentially the dumbbell slipping through my hand, which it hasn't happened before, but the first time for everything. So shit like that I don't have to worry about when I wear these. Just like with how I almost didn't come today, my laziness. I was gonna say being comfortable, but that doesn't really apply here. Just my laziness in general and being a little stubborn. I just didn't want to put the Versa grips on and use them. You know, I just wanted to use my hands and fucking go at it. Oh man, what a wild concept, huh? A piece of equipment that is designed to help you and your grip worked, and my grip was not a factor on that. What do you fucking know? Crazy. My goddamn laziness. That's a lot of what it was. I just didn't want to put them on and take the 10 to 20 seconds to get them wrapped around the handles. That's pathetic. I'm almost pissing myself off here at my own self, but at the fact that, as I sit here and explain, it's like, really, man? God damn it. Let's do some triceps. I'm fired up now. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, Mother Mary of God. Somebody help me. Buddha, I don't care. Because that was fucking brutal. It made it even worse because my chest is extremely sore from yesterday's workout. Well, just to stabilize, and I guess you should say subconscious thing, but I guess I was squeezing my chest. And at the end of each set, I mean, granted, my tricep took the brunt of it, but my chest was fucking on fire, almost as if I was training it. So from my chest to my shoulders to my triceps, everything was fucking burning. Wow, maybe I should have took that extra rest day today, because holy shit. No, fuck that. What am I saying? I'll get the rest tomorrow. Don't you worry about that. I will make sure I get some rest. I won't do a goddamn thing. Watch some college football. Sit on my fat ass all day. God dang, alright. I was gonna do a drop set there, but I don't need it. That was fucking crazy. Let's do some shoulders. So if you're like me, especially as of late, and you don't really hit shoulders, maybe you don't need to as much, because a lot of times shoulders, I mean, you got to get to a certain level. You got to be, you have to have been training long enough. But shoulders can become something that is a secondary muscle in a lot of movements, and you'll find that guys and girls shoulders grow, and they get to the point where they don't even really need to directly train them. Maybe just once a month or something similar to that, just so that they get it in. But that's not an every week thing. That's kind of where I've gotten. So if you do it once a month or whatever, or you just maybe you don't have time and you just throw in one exercise for shoulders here and there, um, and you're looking for an exercise that really hits the whole delt and even a little bit of trap. These traps involved. This one right here is a good one to try. Now, just like with every exercise, not every exercise is meant for every person. You know, you got to find what you like, and that does just make it easier in general to go to the gym. So if you try this and you don't like it, you know, do whatever you got to do. But I would say try it at least. And even if you don't, you know, even if everything I just said does not apply to you, say you still hit shoulders every week or even twice a week, and you're doing 2 or 3 exercises each time, 3 or 4 sets, whatever. I would still say try this. I tried it a while back, and I really liked it then, but for some reason I kind of forgot about it. And now I'm gonna try to start. Every time I do shoulders, I'm gonna probably include it, with the exception of like, you know, every now and then maybe now just to do something different. But um, it's pretty self-explanatory. You guys can watch. Okay. Now you don't want to be Superman here. You know, I'd say somewhere between 10 and 15 reps, maybe even closer to 15 on your first set. As fatigue sets in with each set, maybe by the third one, you're down around 10. I think you guys get what I'm saying, but that was close to 20, so I'm gonna add a little more, do 2 more, probably a drop set, and then keep it rolling after that. But man, I'm already Already feeling something, which is good. All right, let's do some triceps. All right, I'm gonna do a couple, maybe 3 sets of unilateral tricep pushdowns. I want to go unilateral here to finish because whenever I was doing the dumbbell skull crushers, there was some tenderness in my right elbow. By the second set, it was kind of subsided, probably because my adrenaline and blood was really flowing, and it just kind of loosened it up and had it feeling better. Which is why I actually only did the 75-pound dumbbells. Normally, when I do dumbbell skull crushers, I do the 80s, but I thought, uh, why not go just a little lighter? 5 pounds each arm, not that much, but I just I couldn't find myself, I couldn't reason with myself to go all the way down to like 60s or something. And I mean, you guys can see I did 15 reps on the first set with the 75, so it's pretty light. I mean, it's heavyweight in general, but for that movement for me, not crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to do unilateral, really be able to focus on each tricep, and if my right one does start to bother me, I don't want it to hinder my left. Hence if I was doing both arms at the same time, just do what I can with the right, and then do the left. And actually, I'm gonna start with the left. Let's start with the left. Like I said, I'll do 2 or 3 sets, whatever feels right. Maybe 2 sets in a drop set. I don't know. Fucking, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yeah, the right arm was struggling. It was tender until about the probably around 9 or 10. Then it got a little better. I was gonna go up. I think it did 16 with my left, 15 with my right. I'm gonna leave it there. I don't wanna risk it too much. I feel like I'm already kind of pushing the limits here with how this feels. So we'll keep it there and maybe just do one more. Now, I don't know if my right tricep was just working harder because it's a little hurt, a little tender, and that's why it just feels more sore. And I can't, because of that, I can't do as many reps. I did like 1 or 2 less reps with my right arm each time. I don't know, but it's a little drop set. I'm gonna make a bilateral. Actually, I might wait like 20 seconds. Let my right arm kind of catch up to my left because it's still feeling it. I'll even bring it up one notch too. Okay, I think that's it. Yep, yep, that's it. I'm fucked. Whew, what a workout. I mean, a quick recap. Shoulder flies. Going into it, I was already kind of decided and determined to go probably, I mean, I'll admit, probably a little too heavy. I mean, not ego lifting in a sense, like when you see guys that, first of all, they can barely even do a sufficient amount of reps. But then, like I said, the bench presses in their ass, comes off the bench a fucking foot. I wasn't cheating to that degree, but admittedly, it was a little too heavy. I could have stuck with the 50s or 55s, maybe been a little more strict. But like I said, I don't know, man. It's just I like to have a little both. Do like 2 to 3 sets where it's just the sheer weight. You can control it enough for enough reps, but the sheer weight alone is going to cause growth, and you have to maybe swing a little or cheat a little. I'm okay with it as long as you know what you're doing. Um, but anyways, that was, like I said, I already kind of was predetermined and okay with it. And then I did the skull crushers. Right elbow's a little tender, still, and I mean, luckily I made it through, and that was actually better than I thought, considering how it initially felt. So the skull crushers were good. I don't even know what you call those cable. It's kind of like an upright row, but more of an arch, more of a swing to it rather than straight up. And I just think it's better in every way than the upright row. Upright row is mainly to hit front delts, maybe a little bit of side. The cable one that I did, it's just it hits more of the shoulder, better, more efficiently. I think that was good. And then the isolated tricep push down to the right arm. It probably looked pretty ugly at certain times, but it was pretty tender. So I just pushed through, did a couple, did a little drop set. All in all, man, pretty good considering the circumstances. I say we check the pump out. Not a whole lot of posing here. To be honest with you, I'm fucking sore everywhere. I went into this workout a little sore. My chest, even my legs were a little sore from leg day, but it was manageable. I was like, you know what? Kind of like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not gonna give in to the bitch side of me. So I was like, all right, I'll go. I'm gonna go crazy, just like 6 sets of shoulders, 6 sets of triceps, whatever. Call it a day. Um, Took more out of me than I thought. Yeah, I am fucking sore, and I really felt it as I was trying to pose just now. I mean, it's everywhere. My legs, chest, triceps, shoulders. The only thing, forearms even. Only thing that's not really affecting me right now is my back. But the last time I trained back was Tuesday, so in 3 days. So I'm gonna go home and get some rest. Apparently, I need it. That's it for this week. Sunday, I'll be back in here for back. Till then, I'm gonna fucking rest, man. Fucking rest.